My name is Basil Seymour-Davies. We are in the Vault Gallery at the Fayetteville Underground currently, and I joined the Fayetteville Underground about 2 months ago, and I was probably somewhere around the third artist to come on board. And we are located underneath the East Town Center, I believe, building on the Fayetteville Square. And we're collecting all artists with gallery space and studio spaces down here. My favorite phrase would be a quote, I guess. Cowards die many times before the death. The valiant never taste of death but once. I think I read that whenever I was still playing with the idea of climbing up the corporate ladder. And at that time, it did not really have an effect on me until I probably recalled it later on when I decided to make a huge leap into pursuing art as a possible, career. Yes, my least favorite word or phrase would probably be the word or the expression passed away. And I think that the disconnection between life, okay, not quite the disconnection, but the denial of death and in everyday usage of the word is kind of ridiculous. So that's basically my justification for that answer. I find inspiration in the everyday world, anything that really stimulates me intellectually or emotionally. I think what hampers my creativity is unreasonable expectations as to how quickly I overcome some of the challenges I face in my creative process. I get frustrated and I either paint something to death or basically avoid finishing it. I think I think I'm always torn between being very aloof and very solitary, and being needing social approval and company. And at any time, I can just turn one extreme or the other, and it very often confuses people. Hypersensitivity, perhaps, because I grew up that way, and I know that it's something that can be overcome, and maybe I can really empathize with people who, have that sort of, I guess, shortcoming or whatever. If I wasn't doing what I'm doing right now as a job, I would certainly want to be an entrepreneur who makes lots of money. And I see too many of them who don't know what to do with their money or completely misuse their money. And I think I would really like to have at my disposal the money they do and do or realize the things I would like to see realized with money. I think instinctively I would not want to be the guy who runs a peep show. On my grave, what word or images would I want on there? I don't think I'd want an image. Maybe I'd want um, something really vague, like he was good or something like that. And maybe that's something more appropriate for a pet cemetery, but hey, what the hell. If there was a heaven and I arrived at the pearly gate, okay, if there was a heaven and I arrived at the pearly gates, what do I want to hear God say? I would want to hear him say, Abracadabra.